Hey guys, what's up? My name is T-Space, and welcome back to another episode of Off the Tee, where you, the viewers, ask me a question relative to Battlefield 4 or off the topic of Battlefield 4, whether that be a personal question or another game. So, let me start off with the very first comment or the very first question by a guy named Chris. Apparently, I can't say his name properly. He has submitted questions in the past, and I guess I just butchered his name to the point where he's like, T-Space, just call me Chris. So I'm going to call him Chris, and his question is, what games that are coming out in 2014 am I looking forward to the most? To be honest, I'm not really looking forward to any games that are coming out in 2014, mainly because I haven't been looking for games. I don't know. I just haven't seen any games that truly pique my interest. I mean, even what is it? Titanfall. That's the game that's been super hyped. I guess I missed my chance to buy the ticket to Hype Train, but all my friends are saying, "Oh man, this looks good. I'm pretty excited for it." Me on the other hand, I'm kind of, I guess it looks kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, I might get it, but as of now, it's not like a priority of me or for me. So I'm not really looking forward to too many games. To be honest, if DICE actually released Battlefront 3 in 2014, which I'm pretty sure they're not, but if they do, oh man, I'm gonna be all over that. I'm gonna be, oh man, my inner 10-year-old self will just pop out, and I'll just play that game nonstop. I'd be like, Battlefield 4, psh, this is Battlefront 3, bitch. I don't know. When I was younger, I played Battlefront like almost religiously. I think the first time when I got it, I came home from middle school, popped it into my PlayStation 2, and I just fucking played it like all day. It was great, and I'd feel good about myself. I would kill all the bots, and it was so fun. And then when my friends came over, we made it even more challenging. We implemented the Jedis, and we ran them over with vehicles and stuff. It was awesome because like in that game you couldn't really kill Jedis unless you either pushed them off the map, pushed them down like a death pit, or landed a goddamn X-Wing on their face. Like that was the only way until you know Battlefront 2 came out. Then you can actually kill the Jedis. But nonetheless, you know, it was still an awesome game, and man, oh man, if they do it right, I hope they do it right. Battlefront 3 will be amazing. But then again, that's just my hype train, and psh, I don't know, you can join if you want to. But anyhow, so I hopefully that answers your question. Let's move on to the next one. Next one comes from Pollute, and his question is, so DayZ Standalone just got released. Will we be seeing some gameplay / funny scenes from you and your buddies? To be honest, I don't know. I kind of left that train a while ago, mainly because they kind of prolonged the release date for a while, and overall I was just kind of sick of waiting. At the moment it is released as a standalone, but it's still in the alpha stage, so if I do buy it, I'll probably buy it down the road when they have you know, patched it a little more and it's a little more enjoyable, because at the moment it just doesn't seem as fun as I remember it back in the mod. And even in the mod there were so many glitches, and you know, hell, I thought it was fun. Actually, I think XPac bought the game. He's been playing it for maybe 5 or 6 hours right now. And overall, he said it's kind of enjoyable. At the moment, he gets lost a lot because in the standalone, at the moment, you don't know where you spawn. Well, if you played the game a lot, then you do know where you spawn, but in the mod, when you spawned in, it would give you a little text. I think it was somewhere maybe in the bottom left or right hand corner or something like that, that would indicate, you know, which town you spawn into or nearest. And you know, once you got that information, you can go online, or you can find a map and you can, you know, pretty much pinpoint where you were at, and you know, you can navigate around the entire map a lot easier. In DayZ Standalone, you don't get that luxury. You kind of just spawn in and voila, you're in the game. Also, there's a lot of things that seem too much, in my opinion. They seem to be too real, like opening cans to eat food. I mean, that's, I don't know, I think it's kind of unnecessary. It's a cool aspect, but I can see it getting really annoying after a while. I mean, I haven't seen too much of it, so I can't really critique an alpha, that is. But still, I mean, I think I'm gonna wait, but by all means, I probably won't turn this channel into like a DayZ channel at all. If I do decide to get DayZ standalone, I might make one video, and that'll probably be it. Because more or less, I don't know. I don't know. I can't portray DayZ as well as other people can. So that's just my 2 cents. So hopefully that answers your question, Pollute. And let's go on to the next question. Next question comes from JS Dart, and he says, "What is an acceptable ping according to me? Also, what are the things you love and hate about Battlefield 4, and will you ever play Battlefield 3 again?" So, what is an acceptable ping for me? An acceptable ping for me would be, I don't know, anywhere between 5 ping all the way up to maybe 110. Mainly, now you might be asking, well, wow, that's kind of, you know, a huge range there, T-Space. Well, the reason why I say that is because I mainly play on East Coast servers. So in East Coast servers, my average ping is somewhere around 80 to, let's say, 100. And, you know, when I'm playing on West Coast servers, it's anywhere between around 30 or 40, or sometimes even lower than 30. It could technically be, if it's like, I don't know, in Los Angeles or something like that, it could be like 10, or if I'm lucky, maybe 5 or something like that. So, you know, ping isn't really a huge factor in my gameplay because I haven't really been affected by it. I mean, Apple and Epic, who live in Australia and play on American servers, are just fucking crazy. I mean, Australians don't have the best internet, from what I can tell. I mean, from my experience with Apple and Epic, they've had, you know, the short end of the stick when it comes to the internet, at least internet speeds. So them playing with 260 ping, I just cannot even imagine how well they can do in those servers. And, you know, I give them huge props for, you know, doing the scores that they get in certain games, which is pretty awesome. I mean, I haven't been in one of those situations yet, mainly because here in America, internet really isn't that bad. I mean, we still, I mean, it's not like the best in the world, but we have it pretty good. So when I go over to their servers, or the Australian servers, I get an average of like maybe 170 or 180, and overall that really doesn't affect me that much. I mean, I get killed behind corners and whatnot, but more or less I've suppressed that anger so far down that it doesn't really bother me anymore, or it doesn't bother me as much, I should say. At certain times in the day when I'm playing Battlefield and I get killed behind a corner and I'm just having a really bad game, then of course it'll get to me, because I'm already having a bad game. I'm already on edge. I'm mad. I'm getting upset. So yeah, ping isn't really a huge factor to me, but that's pretty much what I would imagine my perfect ping would be, anywhere between 5 to 110. So now, what do I love and what do I hate about Battlefield 4? So what do I love? This is a short list, to be honest, given that the game is not to my expectations. So for one, the snipers feel fun. I like how the snipers are, they feel the same, but then at the same time they don't feel the same, which is kind of cool. What else do I like? I like how there's a lack of suppression now, which is pretty cool. The lack of suppression really helps out when, you know, you want to get those pinpoint accurate shots, even though a person is completely missing you and he's, you know, he deserves to die. One of those situations. What else do I like? I like that there's 5-man squads now. That's pretty cool. I mean, in Battlefield 4, there's only 4, or excuse me, Battlefield 3, there's only, like, you know, 4 squads. You know, okay, going on a tangent. I was watching this video about how dimensions work, and it was like a super simplistic way of dimensions. But anyhow, the person that was talking about it was explaining that the reason why we're in the 3rd dimension is because we see in like in 2D or something like that, and then if we were in the 4th dimension, we'd see in 4D. Now, the reason why I go into the tangent is because in Battlefield 3 you had a party of 4, and now in Battlefield 4 you have a party of 5. You see what I mean? How they connect? Okay, now that was a really bad tangent, but yeah, I think that's about it on what I like about Battlefield 4. Now, what do I hate about Battlefield 4? This is actually a longer list. I won't state every single thing that I hate about this game, but I'm gonna, I guess, point out the major flaws that I feel are flaws. I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's the netcode, blah, blah, blah. You know, everyone knows. Everyone fucking knows. Okay, shh. Everyone knows. You don't have to say it in the updates at all. Like, you know, when DICE makes a patch update, you don't just say fix the game or something like that. I mean, it's getting really annoying. But anyhow, what do I hate about Battlefield 4? I hate that you still have to jump over tiny goddamn steps. I don't know what it is with the soldiers in this game, but they are mentally challenged and they cannot lift their legs above their ankles when they're walking or running or anything like that. They have to be vaulting. So if you want to jump up this 2-inch, step, you gotta vault that. You gotta vault that baby. I mean, that's the only way you can get over it. There's no other way, unless you want to go around. I mean, it's up to you. What else do I hate? I hate boxes. Boxes are stupid. There are these cardboard boxes that are super glued together and like they weigh a billion gajillion tons to the point where your character can't just run through them, and they act as quote-unquote cover, which makes no sense. They're cardboard boxes. If a bullet, it doesn't matter what size bullet, hits a cardboard box, the cardboard box should not absorb that goddamn bullet. That just makes no sense. I don't understand. Ugh. And on top of that, these boxes are placed really fucking randomly. So when I'm trying to move around throughout the map and I wonder why I can't move left or right, and I look down, I see it's a goddamn box, I'm so tempted just to hit escape and then quit the game. Like, it's become that bad. I do not like boxes in this game. If they could just get rid of boxes, that would be amazing. What else? I don't like the vaulting mechanic. I would rather just have a jump. Like, a solid jump, so I can jump onto ledges easily, because there are certain angles that I can't get on a target. For an example, let's say I'm on one of the construction sites. You know what a construction site is. And on the second level, let's say, there's like a little lip that rises above the actual level. So it's more or less a step. And in my eyes, if I want to jump onto this ledge, I can't do it easily. Because if I run straight at it, it'll be like, oh, you want to vault? Yeah, you're totally just gonna vault over this, and I'm like, I don't want to vault. And so I try to jump on it sideways, and jumping on it sideways just makes me look like a dumbass, because that ledge now acts as a wall, and I can't jump on it sideways. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and overall, it's just a little nitpick that I have. What else do I not like? I don't like the bullet speed of the snipers. There are some snipers that are slower than LMGs. That makes no fucking sense. Like, what? Why? Huh? I don't get it. DICE, just make them faster. just make them fucking faster. I don't like the bullet trail. The bullet trail is just silly. It's silly. It shouldn't even be there. It's just super silly. Like, why? I mean, it was a cool aspect to implement, but after a while, after playing sniper for a while, it is fucking annoying. I do not like that thing. It's in the way. I can't tell how far my bullet is dropping. I'd rather have my bullet be a huge goddamn basketball that's on fire, like in Battlefield 3, than have this tracing line bullshit. Because even though it might be, oh hey look, you can find snipers easy. No, that is completely wrong. By the time you decide to turn your character camera towards where the bullet was actually shot, the vapor trail evaporates, and you have no idea where he is, because he's not goddamn scoped in anymore. So you can't see that stupid glint. Okay, I think I'm gonna end my rant about what I hate about Battlefield 4 before I guess you guys think of me as a masochist for playing this game. You're like, T-Space, if you hate this game so much, why are you playing it? I don't know. I don't know why I'm playing it. Maybe I am a masochist. So I guess moving on to the last question, and that is, will I ever play Battlefield 3 again? Well, I uninstalled it, so if that's not a sign of whether or not I'm going to be playing it, then no, I'm probably not going to be playing Battlefield 3 for a while, mainly because, I don't know, I don't want to go back to a game that I feel is not up to my standards. If I stop Battlefield 4, like if I just do not want to play it anymore, I'll either play Counter-Strike, like, fully and, get really good at that, or I'll probably just play Guild Wars, because Guild Wars is, sadly enough, Guild Wars is more competitive than the Battlefield 4 scene at the moment. So I'd probably go and play Guild Wars and get on like a competitive team or something like that. I don't know. I'll do something with Guild Wars. But yeah, so I probably won't play Battlefield 3 anytime soon. But maybe down the line, when I have a craving for a Battlefield game and I don't want to play any other Battlefield game that I own, and Battlefield 3 is there, I might play it. So Hopefully that answers your 3 questions. Let us move over to the next question. The next question comes from The Nut. And his question is, do you prefer Battlefield 4 sniping over Battlefield 3 sniping? And then he goes on to saying that he didn't buy the Battlefield 4 because he had a bad experience in the beta. Now, his second question is what should he expect when he does purchase Battlefield 4? For sniping, at least. So for his first question, it's actually a really hard toss-up. Mainly because in Battlefield 4, although there isn't suppression, the bullet speeds are just ridiculously stupid. I just don't understand why they're so slow. They say that, you know, on Synthex that they're this fast or whatever, but overall, I don't know, they don't feel that fast. Even the fastest sniper rifle doesn't feel that fast. It just, ugh. I mean, a target can literally, like, just step to the side and dodge a bullet like he's goddamn Neo. I just don't understand that. But it's just, I don't know, it's annoying. I guess I still have to get used to it, but it's just annoying. Now in Battlefield 3, although that's not the problem, the suppression is a huge problem. So that's kind of bad. I mean, they're both, in my eyes, pretty fucking bad. Because Battlefield 4 is good, but then also Battlefield 3 is good. Because the bullets in Battlefield 3 fly pretty much straight, and they're instantaneous, and they're super, super fast. Or in my eyes, they're super, super fast. So yeah. So if I had to pick, I would probably have to pick Battlefield 4 because I would rather get used to something that I can get used to rather than, you know, have to deal with something that is impossible to get used to. You know, so the bullet drop in Battlefield 4, I can get used to that, while in Battlefield 3, I can't get used to the suppression because I have no control over it. And in most situations in Battlefield 3, when I got suppressed, I literally had to run away. There was just no choice. I had no choice. There was no choice that I had in that situation. If a guy just missed all of his shots, I'd be like, all right, well, I guess I'm suppressed. I gotta run away because this is what DICE wants me to do. So, yeah. Now, moving on to his last question, what should he expect? Bullet drop. That's what you should be expecting. Just drop the ball on that bullet drop, okay? I mean, that is the first thing you need to learn. I mean, I don't want you to, you know, try to do quick scopes or whatever. Learn the bullet drop. It'll help you in the long run. You won't be as frustrated as I am because, oh man, the bullet drop and the bullet speed are a pain in the ass. So yeah. So hopefully that answers your 2 questions. Now let's move on to the last question coming from Klutz. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not going to try it again, but anyhow. His question is, I would like to know what draws you to a specific FPS like Battlefield, and what aspects of the games draw your interest and how come. Also, you know, actually, I'm just gonna reread this sentence because I misread each line really, really badly. So give me 1 second to, I guess, gain my composure and drink some water. Okay, so his question is, once more, I would like to know what draws your personality to FPS games like the Battlefield series. Also, what aspects of the game draw your interest and how come? And do you know why you keep playing these games? So for his first question, what draws my personality to FPSs like the Battlefield series? Actually, I don't know what that means. To be honest, what draws my personality to FPSs? Well, I'm assuming you're asking me why I play the Battlefield series. Mainly because I thought it was challenging. Most games prior to Battlefield were, you know, pretty much cookie cutter Counter-Strike free-to-play games. I played a bunch of free-to-play games in my time. I think my very first FPS game was a game called Soldier Front, which was really, really bad. Like, it was so old. I played it when I was... God, when did I play that? I think I played that when I was like in middle school or sometime. And then, you know, I went up the ladder. I played Combat Arms. I played Alliance of Valiant Arms. I played, oh God, I played Black Shot, I think it was called. And I played a couple other FPSs that I just can't for the life of me remember what they are, because I played a few, and yeah, I don't know, they just felt the same, and overall that was you know, my experience. I would have to say my first true FPS game that I got into was TF2, but more or less that was a comedic kind of game. So yeah, but what truly drew me to the Battlefield series was that it was challenging. They added aspects that I haven't seen personally, like, you know, bullet drop and you had to lead the target and stuff like that. And more or less, it wasn't like, you know, quick scoping all day and blah 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 blah. It actually took, you know, a little more skill than that to, you know, pull off these shots. So I would have to say that was the reason why I leaned towards the Battlefield series, and that's why I stuck with it. So moving on to a second question, what aspects of games, I guess, interest me and how come? So mainly a game that would truly pique my interest is if it's a fun game that is completely balanced. I can care less how many guns or how many attachments you have in the game, because when I see that, that's just a sure, you know, that's a tale, or a tall tale, or I forgot the saying. That's just a way of saying that your game isn't balanced, pretty much. It's really hard for developers to balance games that have too many variables within it, and overall it'll take either months or even years to completely balance a game that has so many customizations and blah 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 blah, because, you know, there's just too many things that, you know, happen at once. I would rather play an FPS that has only 5 guns compared to an FPS that has, like, I don't know, thousands of guns or whatever, because it's just there's no way in hell this game will be balanced, because it's just too hard. It's too fucking hard. It's just too hard. Yeah, it's just yeah, that's the main reason. If it's balanced and it's fun, then I'll probably play that FPS or any other game for that matter. Now, why do I keep on playing these games? Or why do I keep playing the games? I don't know if this is relative to Battlefield, or if it's just in games in general, but mainly I play games because it's a nice escape. If I, you know, had a long day at school and I just don't want to do anything, I can pop in a game, and, well, you don't pop in games anymore, but you go onto your computer or your console, and you play your games and whatever, and, you know, you have a good time. You spend it with some friends and whatnot, and overall, it's a great experience. Also, I guess going back to the second question, you know, what aspects of games draw me, you know, to play the games, it's probably the interaction with other people. Most of the games that I play now are multiplayer games, and, you know, the main reason behind that is because I like to interact with other people. I like to, you know, have conversations and whatnot that, you know, I can truly enjoy. So I hope that answers your question. And that pretty much wraps it up for today's episode of Off the Tee. Now, if you want to submit a question for the next Off the Tee, by all means, all you have to do is send me a private message titled Off the Tee. And don't worry, I will answer every single question, so don't think that if you send in a question, I will just skip over it and I cherry pick them. No, I answer every single question, unless if it's too vulgar or it's just inappropriate. If it's that, then I will probably tell you, and, you know, you can submit another one. But that pretty much wraps up today's episode of Off the Tee. I hope you guys did enjoy the answers that I guess provided you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay in the background. And once again, my name is T-Space, and I will catch you guys later.